I will.
There we go.
You'd
That's
like
all I
to
need to
follow
know.
up, that's.
No, I do not want to
bad
follow
idea.
up.
Okay.
I do not want to follow up.
Let's make sure at least that we're doing follow up.
This is your copy of the various letters. I'm really trying to save trees, so I make everybody a copy. I'm going to email you a scanned version of this, but we can look through. I'll read through each one of these letters, what's been recommended. But we've done the schedule, we've done the process for the ballot, we've done the meeting format. And so we're just going to look at various issues that we've been told about. I told you that one of them was a letter from Sandy Anabi. She would be the only city council member who responded at all. And she said, I am in receipt of your letter in which you're requesting items to be reviewed by the Yonkers Charter Commission. At this time, I do not have any items for submission. Thank you for your inquiry.
Can I just make a statement that that's the first time in like 7 years anybody's even responded to
Yes.
say they had nothing to say that they wanted to respond to?
That's why I
Which
responded.
sounds ridiculous, but it's actually very refreshing.
I thought so too.
And if you remember last year, we were very concerned that issues that we were talking about, we never got any input from any council member on the issues.
It's refreshing.
That
Right.
was
They know I have nothing to say.
I think you ought to tell them a letter, thank you for not.
Thank you for having on.
I think we appreciate it.
No, but thank you
All
for
right, so
responding.
I will get my assistant right on that.
Thank you for
We're
responding.
making headway anyway.
All right, we have two other letters. One May 4th from John, who forwarded on attached police department recommendations from our Planning and Development Office for the Charter Revision Review. And so, you want to speak to these since you forwarded these on?
Sure. These are submissions we got from 3 departments. There's the one you're just reading, Julius, is the Planning and Development from the Commission of Planning and Development. And then another one that you probably have that I sent over there 2 days before that was Police and Fire Departments.
Okay.
Submitted some proposed changes, and we've met with all those commissioners, and or spoken to them on the phone at least, and so we can go over what these are. They're pretty much cleanup type changes that where the commissioners wanted the charter to better reflect the realities of how their departments were being administered. So they probably wouldn't merit a referendum. They're more, if there's going to be an overall package of changes to the charter, these would be more appropriate for that purpose. And we can go over them in more detail, but generally that's the kind of changes these are.
Did you make copies?
Yeah. Yeah, we also made copies of the charter provisions as they are now, to which there are changes proposed by these commissioners.
We did so much cleanup last time, we didn't get it.
No.
I get a different department leading, a whole big package.
Because it looks to me like the fire department and the police department is different than last year. Except for the one that they voted down. The one was on the referendum, and wasn't it voted down, the
The one
changing
about the,
fire chiefs?
Correct.
That was brought to the public. It was voted down. So I don't know why they want to change it again if it was already voted down.
They're not limited to, they can propose it again.
Right.
We can take it up and just, or decide not to.
And I think if the public
Well,
spoke once, they would speak again to the same thing.
Well, there was some concern about.
well, the way the question was
Right,
called, the
language
way the
last time.
referendum question was posed, that wasn't true. I think it might have misled people.
Yeah.
Or maybe people
How many documents do you have?
jumped to
Around 2 or
conclusions.
3?
I think Aileen might have drafted it.
So you should have.
Why?
two
Don't
documents.
take away that.
You should have two
I wasn't
documents.
unhappy with the outcome at
way.
all. Yeah, I wasn't unhappy with the outcome of that.
You should have two documents. the
I think we
planning-
all voted on the language, didn't we?
No, the language was, how
It
does
was,
the language get in
I
there?
didn't think it was, I think it could have been worded differently. I
Well,
won't
why
say
didn't we
that.
do it then?
We didn't vote on the
We
language.
didn't?
No.
I must
Yes
have been
and no.
absent. I thought we did.
Yes, we
The
did.
precise language?
Yeah, we did. Yes, we did.
We had the actual ballot questions at the last meeting
Yeah.
to decide if we think the language is too,
One-sided or
whatever, yeah.
Well, I mean, let's be clear, if we're proposing something, we're actually in favor of it, so I don't know about the one-sidedness or not. But that one, it was a little confusing as to what was going on.
Confusing.
It was certainly incendiary. Pun totally intended. Police and fire document and a planning and development document, so you should have two.
Okay, got it.
John, it's all yours. Whichever one you want to start.
Oh, okay, so moving, sorry, regarding the, what we received from the commissioner? Why don't we start with the planning and development? What we sent around were the proposed, the language that was proposed by the commissioner. Lou Kervin is the name of the commissioner now. And we also sent around the unedited version
Well,
of
that's,
the
yeah.
city charter. Oh, you
Just
sent
gonna
it
hand it out
around?
now. It's
Oh.
just, there are three separate issues, so just take one from each that's under paperclip,
Okay.
just to make it.
Okay, great. Yeah, this
Easier to hand it around.
might help in figuring out what's being changed and what isn't. Right now, I'm going to refer to the attachment to the letter I sent to Julius, May 4th, and I'll just go over these and what the commissioner said to us about it. The first change you see here is to section C8(1), A and B, and essentially what these changes are is to change the name of the department from Planning and Development to Department of Development. What he said about that was that, while it's not substantive, and they do planning, like every profession does, the thrust of the department is development. And they wanted the name of the department to reflect that. However, the Planning Bureau is still part of the department, and there's no, again, none of these changes the commission has submitted could be said to be jurisdictional. There's one that's sort of close to that, but even that's not really. But we'll come to that in a minute. Okay, the next change proposed by Commissioner of Planning and Development, as it's now known, would be to change, there's also just a name change. There are 3 bureaus within that department right now, and he wanted to change the word bureau to office. And the reasons for that, which he said again, one is that I think the stronger reason is that there are other offices that are now part of that department, and it could be more uniform that every subdivision of that department reports to the commissioner is called an office. Okay. The other reason is the word bureau, he felt, is a little bit dated. Okay, so again, not a substantive reason. And section 822, powers and duties. This is a